Mrs.
Miss Brennan's here. Hi guys, miss you.
Yes, well, we're gonna do it a little bit different this year. We're gonna talk about Mr. Ouch. And we're also gonna show you some different things on how to stay safe indoors and outdoors with electricity. Now, how many of you remember Mr. Ouch? And I want to just tell you the history of Mr. Ouch. Mr. Ouch was invented to keep boys and girls nice and safe. Now, when I was growing up back in the day, we had these big signs. They said, danger, high voltage, keep out. And not everybody could understand what that meant. So we invented the Mr. Ouch safety symbol. And let's remember, when we see Mr. Ouch, what does it mean? It means stop, think, and stay away. Let's do that all together. Ready? What does it mean? Stop, think, and stay away. So when you go outside to play, we have our special signs. And who can see Mr. Ouch? And underneath it is all the consequences. And let's remember, it has the big word danger. That means don't go near there. And once again, what does Mr. Ouch mean? Stop, think, and stay away. Excellent. What's our next sign going to be up this way?
Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go.
Yes, here we are. And we have safety rules. And we're going to learn how to stay safe around electricity. Now just move this up nice and close. It says how to stay safe around electricity. The first word is respect. That means treat electricity with care, and it'll treat you with care. The next word is look up for overhead wires. We have to know where they're at. Always look up before we fly kites or climb trees. Don't mix water and electricity. Hair dryers and curling irons away from the sink. And the next one is learn to follow directions. Now, I'm going to give out all this information, and I'm going to leave Miss Brennan with a special quiz, and she's going to ask you questions next time you tune in, so make sure we're paying attention. Let's just remember some safety rules, and I'll give you some hints on the questions that might be coming up. Like she might say to you, what does the word respect mean? That means treat things with care. Or what does it mean to not mix water and electricity? Hair dryers and curling irons away from the sink, and always dry your hands. All right, the next one we're going to go over is this. Excellent. This one, of course, hair dryers and curling irons away from the sink. All right, we see these left out. There's Mr. Ouch, and Mr. Ouch teaches us to do what? Stop, think, and stay away. Don't play with the outlets, all right? Very simple, only things that plug in. And what does that mean? Stop, think, stay away. Now, this is a good question. If something gets stuck in a toaster, do we put anything into it? No, we always unplug it first. Then take it out or ask an adult to help. If we see a broken cord, I think this would be a good question, Miss Brennan. Who should we tell? We tell a teacher or an adult at home. We don't play near broken cords. A little review on this side. This is very important. Green boxes. If we see the green box with the Mr. Ouch, stop, think, stay away. We look up for overhead wires. We don't play near them. We see the wires. Stop, think, stay away. Now, if we go outside to play when we see the big fence with Mr. Ouch sticker and the ball goes over it, do we get it? No, what do we have to do? Stop, think, and stay away. So all of that is very, very important. What's our next board do we have for us? Okay, this is some good review. Just we want to make sure everybody understands this. All right, substations, once again, ball goes over it, we don't go near it. Say if there's an accident, and I'll bring this in a little closer, we got some down wires right there. Do we go near down wires? No, we stay 3 poles away. That's a very good question, don't you think so? How many poles do we stay away from a down wire? 3. Next, we look up before we fly kites or climb trees. See the wires going through the trees? So we don't climb that tree. Then we don't play near the green boxes, so that's important. Now, Mr. Ouch has a very important saying, boys and girls. Mr. Ouch says, wires are for the birds. And we say that at the gas and electric all the time. Wires are for the birds. So don't play near any wires. There's no safety coating on them. Just stay away. Uh-oh, this is a very good one. Don't think so, Miss Brown?
Absolutely.
Yeah. These are what we call space heaters. And we have a saying, space heaters need space. Okay? When we plug this in, and here's some safety rules I want to go over with you. They're very important. And when we have the space heater, we have to plug it right into the wall. Never power strip. And a third of all fires in the winter from space heaters. Plug it right into the wall. Keep it 3 feet away from everything. Never leave it on by itself. What that means is if you leave the room, always unplug it. Never bring it into your bedroom at night. And keep it 3 feet away. And this is so important in the winter. We have to have a working smoke and carbon monoxide detector. Carbon monoxide detector is a poisonous gas which you can't smell, taste, or hear. And it's an alarm that goes off. So that's important because we're inside a lot in the winter, especially now we're learning at home. Now let me just show you something which is so important. Is this. See this? This is a fire that started because somebody plugged a space heater into the power strip. Yeah.
Big no-no.
Very big. So we don't do that. So let's keep that in mind. Right into the wall. Now say if you're using a space heater and you plug it in and the lights start to dim. Uh-oh, unplug it. That means it's using too much electricity. So that is so important. Now, the next one, which I want to share with you, is this. It says, pull the plug, not the cord. What that means is when you go to unplug something, always pull it from the head, the top part, okay? We always want to pull it by the top part. That is so important. The other thing is this. If we have little babies at home, we have to keep an eye on them. So think about it. We're all home learning, and we always have to make sure they don't put a cord in their mouth. So let's make sure we keep an eye on the children and little animals too. So that is important to do. Now, oh, this is a good one. We'll go over this. Whoops. We fumbled here.
We're live, that's why we're live.
We're live, so you guys see it all. So, boys and girls, this is what we call step potential. So if a wire comes down, even if it looks like it's sleeping there, do we go near it? No. Come on over here, get in the video with me, Miss Brown. We're gonna do this together.
Okay.
We're gonna tell the boys and girls, we see that wire, what do? Stop, think, stay away. And we stay 3 poles away and we tell an adult. I think that's gonna be on their quiz.
You know what, Mr. Gooley? When you first came here many years ago, I learned this myself.
Very good.
Thank goodness. I've never been in a situation, but this is really important.
Very important because storms come through and you never know.
Scary.
Yes. And remember, even if the wire is not moving, still consider it dangerous. Don't ride your bike near it. Don't go near it, just stay away. Now, when we're all fixing the wires, we put the big orange cones around the trucks. And this is important to understand. The orange cones are a circle of safety. So you see the cones around the truck. Don't go in there. If something should go in there, let it go, and the men and women from the gas and electric will get it. So let's remember that. Just stay out of our circle of safety. I will do both of these, yep. Now, this is an important one. Sometimes we might see mom and dad when they're driving. I'll get this nice and close. And they might look at their cell phone. They'll check a text message. How many of you see that on the road? Quite often, yes. Okay, but this is the big thing. Carelessness causes accidents. Think about it. You might have done something and gotten away with it. Maybe not wear your helmet all the time. Your bicycle helmet. And then there might be a time when you go over the handlebars, you could get hurt. But what happened here is this mother, she was driving a car, she checked her message, and what happened is there was another car coming at her, so she swerved because she went over the double lines and hit the pole. Now, nobody got hurt. Now, she was in that accident with wires on top of the car. But because the children had this program, they knew to sit with their hands in their lap, wait for help, and call 911. So when mommy and daddy get their insurance bill for their car, they say, why is it so expensive? A lot of it has to do with distracted driving today. I know we have laws against it, hands-free and all that, but I'm sure on the road when you're driving, just like I do, we see these people peeking down, checking out messages. And this is something that's very important to understand. In a blink of an eye, your world can change. At 30 miles an hour, a car travels at 44 feet per second. We'll round this off, we'll say 50. So 50 feet, you're going a little over 30 miles an hour. In 3 seconds, that's 150 feet. Did you know, Miss Brennan, that's a half a football field in 3 seconds you can travel? Let's all just put our heads down for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You just went a half a football field. So that is so important. We're going to show you something on how to cross the street in a moment, though, with that. So that's why we keep our eyes on the road. Now, how many of you might have snow rakes at home? All right, the snow rake is used to clean off too much snow on the roof and the gutters. So let's go over something that's important. We look up for wires. Anything near these wires, call the gas and electric. We'll come out and we'll talk to mom and dad and give an assessment. Now, if you should see somebody being hurt, they put the snow rake into the ladder by mistake, don't touch them, because if you go to grab or touch them, you'll get hurt too. What we want you to do is stay away and call 911. Now, if you have solar panels on your home, you have to have a special snow rake so it doesn't hurt the panels.
Let's hope we don't have snow this winter.
Well, I like to get a little snow, you know, a little snow so we can go sliding or sledding, as they say, and everybody could have a good time. Now, this picture was taken from one of my schools where a boy 10 years old had his own little phone, and he said, look at the pole caught on fire. What happened is the old insulators years ago were ceramic and they cracked and it broke and it caused the pole to catch on fire and the power line fell and hit the ground. That's why you stay 3 poles away. So you can see I blew this up. If you see the pole top fire, you call 911. Anything dangerous, always call 911 and warn others. Now, I had these students in school. They were very good listeners. And they said, oh, I remember that electric guy. He told us to stay 3 poles away. So they called 911 and they watched things happen. And it happened right in your neighborhood. You can see the house right in the background and everything else. So you never know when you might use something like this to save a life.
Very important. Very important.
Now, we might hear this in the news a lot about pollution in the air and fossil fuels. I just want to give you a little overview of the globe. The United States is only 15% of the world's pollution. China's number 1. Okay, so we put this out here to give you a little graph, and maybe wouldn't that be a good question on what country pollutes the most?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be China, okay? Within the whole global. And the United States is only right now is 15%. So that's important. Now, your city and the gas and electric is cutting edge on new ways to make electricity. You have the dam, which makes water, okay? We have steam power, we have all of these different ways and a smart grid to help manage electricity in your homes, because you're the future. And you're going to see more electric vehicles, more solar. You do have solar fields, and we do studies for wind. Sometimes wind doesn't work well in certain areas because of the jet stream, but there's a big windmill up on Russell Mountain. It's nice and high. But in your city, you have a lot of hydropower, you got some solar power going on. So you can see Holyoke is on the cutting edge. It's one of the, as we call it, greenest communities. That means it doesn't use a lot of natural gas and oil. So that's important to understand. Now, just to show you something which is very important as we talk about crossing the street. Now, I think you would agree with me as you're a physical education teacher, that we always got to keep moving. And it says, scan the street for wheels and feet. Now look at this right here. I think you think this is amazing, Ms. Brennan. 30% of fatal or serious injuries from crashes involving people walking happen in crosswalks. Can you believe that?
Wow.
You know why that happens?
Why?
We are in a world of distraction. Now, how many of you see people on their phones with their earbuds in, looking like this, and they just go right out? Or they're jogging and not looking both ways, or somebody's driving. We always used to say back in the day, walk defensively. Always look around, know what's going on. Now, here's how we're going to teach you to cross the street. We're going to stop. Come on in. We're going to stop. Show them how, look both ways. Let's do some pointing. We're going to point across the street. That gives a signal to the car that we're going to stop. You wait till the car stops and then cross. What do you think of that idea?
Great. This is awesome.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully come back in June and we can do this outside.
That'll be great.
Yeah, we got to think positive. We'll be back with the big truck with all our giveaways, water bottles and frisbees, and you know how we like to have fun out there. So that'll be good. But just one more thing, boys and girls. Remember, scan the street for wheels and feet. When you're out there, keep your eyes open, look around. Remember, when you go to cross, you have to stop, look both ways, point, wait till the vehicle stops, a car, and then cross. That's important. Now, speaking of importance, we have to be seen out there. Okay? Which helmet is brighter? Okay, come on in, Miss Brennan. Now, the reason I point this out to you, we always want to wear neon. Neon is nice and bright. You might see our workers out there from the G&E, our police officers. They're always nice and bright to be seen. When you ride the helmet, make sure it's buckled. And say if you go sledding, wear your bicycle helmet. Did you realize a lot of children go tubing, they fall off and they hit their head on the icy snow? So wear your helmet, but this is from an accident. You can see the boy went over the handlebars and hit the curb, put a big crease in there, and the helmet helped save his life. So you never know. He was in second grade, he was showing off with his buddies how he could ride the bike, no hands, went flying over. But his mother gave me this. She says he had the Mr. Ouch program in school. So the boy was a good listener and it helped save him. Now, I brought in a few of my friends to say hello. And like I said, birds can go on the wire because they fly on and off. We say wires are for the birds. They land on and off. They don't touch anything else. They're special. Now, which animal do you think gets hurt a lot on the wires, Miss Brennan?
I'm gonna guess squirrels.
Everybody say hi to Rocky. He misses seeing you. You win a special prize when we come back with the truck. Maybe we'll put you up in a bucket.
Okay.
How many want to see Miss Brennan go up in the bucket?
Mr. Gooley, I went up in the bucket.
We're gonna go again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put Miss Glasheen up in the
Yeah,
bucket.
I believe Mrs. Glasheen should go in the bucket.
Every time I come, she's always busy, so we'll just kind of sneak in this year and we'll get her out.
She's very busy.
I know. Busy time. See, Rocky jumps on the wire. Rocky's nice and safe, but poor Rocky gets hurt when he touches the wire and the insulator, and we have to go fix it. So Rocky misses seeing all the boys and girls, but he's going to be back this summer. I think we'll have some pink frisbees. You like pink?
Yes, pink is awesome.
Should we do red? Some red ones?
Pink, red, green, blue.
Yeah, we'll mix it up. We'll have
Every color.
Every color. That's good. Now, boys and girls, we just want to recap and go over a few things. Come on in and we'll just share this with you. Yeah? And let's just make sure we understand everything. We're here to protect you. So if we see the down power line, what do? We stop, think, stay away. We see any wires on the ground. How many poles do we stay away? 3. Water and electricity don't mix. If we see somebody being hurt by electricity, do we touch or grab them? No, just call 911. If you touch that person, you can stick to them like a magnet. And the other thing which I want to share with you is this. Anytime you're in the home and you see smoke or you don't know whether it's safe or not, get out of the home right away and call 911. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Mr. Gooley, What about when you smell that really awful smell in
Okay,
your house?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. You brought this in.
Oh, there you
Here
go.
you go. Now, it's kind of tough, we have the mask on, but it's called rotten eggs. If you smell that, we want you to run right out of the home. Don't touch the phone, call right out. That could be a gas leak, okay? Get out. Now see, people say, how come we have gas leaks and carbon monoxide in the winter? You know why? We're all home. Think about it, in the summertime, in nice weather, everybody's out playing. Now we're learning at home, working from home. So also when the cold weather comes, the ground kind of shifts sometimes. It's called ice or frost that gets in there. But just get out and call 911. You have your own utility and they respond within minutes to help you. So that's a very good question you brought up. You get a special apple today. Now, we had a lot of fun today. I'm going to leave special questions with your teacher. Then section 2 will be, I will forward the special Mr. Ouch video. So this will be a 2-part segment. This will be part 1, which will be just questions and answers with our boards. Part 2 will be the video with Mr. Ouch. Now in Mr. Ouch video, I want you to count how many times you see Mr. Ouch in that video. So we're gonna find out. In the winter, I want you to let me know. You'll get a special backpack.
Ooh.
Yes, come in June outside. So it's up to you. We'll have special backpacks for good boys and girls, and you're gonna have to let me know. And we're gonna have our list. Santa has a list, and Miss Brennan's gonna have a nice list of all the good boys and girls. I wanna thank you. It's always a pleasure, and we're gonna think positive. We'll be back in June. Have a great day. Good morning, Ian White students. We hope you enjoy the Holyoke Gas and Electric Remote Learning Program. Safety is very important to us, and we're working with your school to keep you safe. Have a great day, and we'll see you in June.